A topic that we choose is stress at work can impact the performance of employees of an organization. Good afternoon to our respected lecturer, Madam Julie, and fellow coursemates. We are from Group Miri and would like to introduce ourselves before moving on to our discussion today. First of all, allow me to introduce myself. I am Kartina binti Abdul Rani and my metric number 265958.
I am Nursyaeera binti Samsudin and my metric number is 266743.
Good afternoon. I am Siti Mariam binti Mahmud and my metric number is 266347.
Good day, everyone. I am Syazlin binti Abdullah. My matrix number is 266250.
Nice to know and welcome everyone. Without further delay, we will start off with our discussion now. Today we are going to discuss about stress at work can impact the performance of employees of an organization. The reason to choose this topic as our discussion today is because recently I came across an article from the internet and it was so pathetic. We hear a lot about stress, but what is it? Stress is a reaction to a situation. It is not about the actual situation. We usually feel stress when we think that the demands of the situation are greater than our resources to deal with that situation. For example, someone who feels comfortable speaking in public may not worry about giving a presentation, while someone who is not confident in their skills may feel a lot of stress about an upcoming presentation. Common sources of stress may include major life events like moving or changing jobs. Long-term worries like a long-term illness or parenting can also feel stressful. Even daily hassles like dealing with traffic can be source of stress. Workplace stress then is the harmful physical and emotional responses that can happen when there is a conflict between job demands on the employee and the amount of control an employee has over meeting these demands. In general, the combination of high demands in a job and a low amount of control over the situation can lead to stress.
Yes, I agree with what Kartina said. Stress in the workplace can have many origins or come from one single event. It can impact on both employees and employers alike. It is generally believed that some stress is okay, sometimes referred to as challenge or positive stress. But when stress occurs in amounts that you cannot handle, both mental and physical changes may occur.
Yes, exactly, Mariam. So I am very inquisitive to discuss more on this issue, which has been happening in current days. Thus, I hope all of you can come up with the causes of stress at work.
Alright, allow me to begin first. I would like to express that the main cause of stress at work is the unorganized workspace. As an example, all the data are not being placed correctly. As a proof, when a person wants to not research about particular data, it will make the person hard to find resources and likely to miss any information. Unconditionally, it will produce low quality results.
I agree with you. An organized workplace will cause work jobs slow and we have to take extra time to look on the missing or misplaced info. This will cause the work productivity getting slow and may cause work to be delayed.
That's a good point, Shaira. Okay, I like to ask Lynn, do you have anything to share about any other causes?
Well, from my point of view, I would like to express my view regarding this matter. For me, work-related stress can be divided into two categories, which is individual capacity and organizational issues. Individual ability relates to an employee's skills, psychological state, physical health, acceptance mechanism for organizational culture, working hours, and so on. As a result, the effect of stress will have an impact on both individuals and organization health. What I want to convey and focus here is about the relationships between employees, for instance, superior officers and inferior officers. High grade officers will not consider low grade officers and will not accept their recommendation. This is because their voices are not being heard. This will stresses out the employees.
I think it's a good point, Lynn. Well, from my point of view, I think that poor communication can lead the cause of stress workplace in an organization. For me, communicating with others is something that is very important to the vast majority of workers and professionals. Imagine your manager doesn't know how to lead a team and communicate. It can be frustrating to not clearly understand to the specific goals of a project or how it should be performed. This can lead to the project going astray, requiring more work to get back on track. What comes with more work? Yes, more stress.
I couldn't agree with you more, Tina. I also want to add some more reason why employees more and more stress. In my opinion, work stress is generally caused by job responsibilities or workloads that do not match the knowledge, skills, or expectations of the individual so that it is difficult for them to cope with it. The phenomenon of bullying at work is the cause. Sometimes employees are not only bullied by the boss, but also by some senior colleagues. The issue or problem of bullying that occurs in the workplace should not be taken lightly by any party.
It seems that each of us has contributed the cause of stress at the workplace. I recommend that we can provide a solutions for this topic.
Personally, I think as employers, we need to be concerned about the mental health of each employee to avoid the risk of depression. It is important for our organization to be free of bullying issues or problems in order to avoid the existence of prolonged stress on their employee. I suggest the supervisor and heads unit increase knowledge about mental health and ensure that there are channels of help to be given to individuals who need it. The solution for this matter is the organization or company should be provide for employees to seek help from psychologists, counselors, and therapists. Employers also need to be more tolerant in giving tasks to their employees, including not burdening them with various types of tasks beyond their ability.
Allow me to interrupt for the second solution. I would like to suggest that the in charge person or the superior officers should not look down on subordinates and they should not be treated differently based on their position or status. Stop all the favoritism. This is because they are the one who contribute to the success of an organization. Being an open-minded and allow him or her to accept any criticism and suggestions from the subordinates will make the workplace more harmony and positive.
That's a good point of view, Lynn. Do you have any other better ideas on this issue, Tina?
Yes, I do. I would like to contribute a solution. All right. Allow me to elaborate more on my point. Regarding the poor communication that I just mentioned earlier, the best solution for it is to develop a straightforward onboarding process. Develop a training with easily accessible documents and videos so employees can review them if they have any question. Make the organization or company culture easy to understand with guidelines for how employees can embody and support organizational values. The onboarding process should be social so that employees get the chance to ask any question and form meaningful connections. Setting realistic goals, and communication are so important. It guarantees that everyone is going in the same direction, no matter what.
I agree with you. After listening the solution from all of you, I will to add some more solution that I think can help to prevent these problems. Regarding the unorganized workplace, the best way to prevent this problem is everything needs to be well organized. As we all know, office have a lot of paperwork. It will take a lot of time to search for it when we are not aware of where data has been placed. But if the data are being placed correctly and organized, they do not take long time to find it and do the work without wasting their time. In a nutshell, organized workplace will produce great work and less stress.
Fine. Since everyone's solution has its own advantages and disadvantages, now why don't we come to an agreement by a vote on the dominating solution from each of you?
Well, I will go for the solution from Mariam, which is not too burdening employees with a lot of work.
Certainly, I will go for the solution from Mariam too.
I will stick to my point, which is not to burdening employees with a lot of work.
Well, I will go for the solution of not to burdening employees with a lot of work. We have come to the conclusion which is not to burdening employees with a lot of work. This is to make sure our employees' mental health are not affected. As a human, we have limits that should be considered regarding the capability of handling workload. In short, I will summarize the main points from our discussion today. Well, since we have come to an agreement, I guess it is time to end our discussion. Thank you all for your contributions and fruitful discussion.
You are welcome.
Thank
You
you
are
too.
welcome.